All right. First thing I want to start off with, before anything,
Bro, the poem
is definitely. What's the? I was about to say soliloquy.
haiku.
Yeah, the haiku.
The haiku?
Yeah. Is Justin Herbert a top 5 quarterback? I want to ask everyone that first before we start anything. And I'm not talking about the whole entire winning adage, everything like that.
Yes.
Right now?
Yes.
Right now.
I think he is.
Straight up talent.
I would
Talent,
take
yes.
yes.
Talent-wise, 100.
I'd probably
yeah.
only take 2 quarterbacks over him in the league right
Name
now.
them.
Different quarterbacks. I actually
Who you take over him?
I'd only take
Yeah.
2
So,
quarterbacks
Patrick
over him
Mahomes.
probably. To be
Let's go
honest.
by-
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick
taking
Mahomes, Josh
Mahomes.
Allen.
I'm taking Josh Allen over him.
Josh Allen.
That's
I'm
about
gonna
it.
name. So Patrick Mahomes, yeah. Tua Tagovailoa.
No.
No.
Ryan Tannehill.
Right now,
No.
though, would you take two over?
Two is not
No.
bad.
Tua's
Right
playing.
now.
Okay, Tua is playing great.
If you would take 2 over,
I'm taking Justin Herbert.
Justin
over him,
Herbert,
though.
you're insane.
I'm taking Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I'm taking Justin Herbert, but it's a lot closer than people think.
No, I'll say
No.
with the way
a lot
Tua's
closer
playing
than
right
people
now,
think.
you can make the
You see the
conversation.
plays that boy be making?
But
All right,
Who's in
wait.
the
the
MVP
potential
conversation?
what Justin Herbert is,
he
and
really-
I don't know.
Hold on. Go ahead. Say what you were about to say.
If you put Justin Herbert on Miami, I know I hate doing this. I really do. But if you put Herbert on Miami, how would you feel about Miami today?
Might be going to the Bowl.
That's a
Justin
Super Bowl
Herbert had-
contender. That's a Super Bowl contender.
I know you can make the case they're a Super Bowl contender right now, but if you put Herbert on Miami, you probably are really confident they're going to win the Super Bowl. They're probably the
Yeah.
favorite.
Josh Allen.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
taking Allen over him.
Yes. Mac Jones.
No.
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 Jalen Hurts?
No. No.
I'm taking Justin Herbert over Jalen
I'm
Hurts.
taking
me
Herbert
too.
over
Easily.
him.
It's not even close. Actually.
Joe Burrow.
No. No, no.
I'm taking Justin Herbert.
No.
Tom Brady.
No.
No.
I'm taking Herbert over Burrow and Brady, I think.
Burrow's close.
Burrow's
Burrow's close.
The thing with Burrow, it's I've seen him make the Super Bowl, so like, I think Herbert's more talented though.
That was like a magical run, though.
I think Herbert's more talented.
Them-
I think
Actually-
Herbert
actually-
talently is a top 3 quarterback.
Actually,
Talent-wise is a
all
top
right,
3.
Herbert is more talented than him, but Joe Burrow is way more IQ. Like, he has a high IQ. I feel
So you're taking Joe Burrow over Justin Herbert?
He makes good decisions.
All right, how about
I mean,
about-
if that's your argument, go
No,
ahead.
I get that's a fair point.
Joe Burrow makes good decisions.
how about Lamar Jackson?
That's one that I was thinking about.
It's
actually.
iffy because he brings a dynamic to your offense.
Yeah,
he does.
dynamic playmaker.
That's a really
I think
close one.
okay. If you got to give me like again, if I'm picking
The next
like,
10 years, who are you taking? Justin
yes,
Herbert
I
or
think
Lamar
that's
Jackson?
yes. If 10
Come on.
years, I think I would go Justin Herbert.
Cut the Milwaukee, man.
Okay.
I completely agree with everything you guys just said there. So, I don't know if it's Emmanuel Acho just trying to be on dick. I don't know. No, seriously, that's what he's doing. But he keeps talking shit about Justin Herbert, and Chargers fans are going to keep defending him. And you want to know the reason why Chargers fans defend Justin Herbert so hard and everything like that is,
He's a handsome dude.
yeah, he has nice hair, everything like that.
Handsome guy.
But no one believed in him when he came into the league. We can go back to those draft analysts. Every single draft analyst who had any type of name
I
said,
do believe you texted me
hang
after
on.
the pick too.
I personally did not believe in Justin Herbert
You
either.
didn't like the pick. I
And you
remember
know what
that.
happens when you get proven wrong?
You're happy
Yeah.
when it's your
Yeah.
team.
Yeah,
Wait, you didn't think
Yeah.
you didn't think that people believed in him? He was supposed to be the first round pick
You're
the
an
year
Oregon
before
fan.
that. No, he was supposed to be the first. He was supposed to be the first overall pick
He's
the year
supposed to
before
be the
that.
Giants.
Yeah.
actually.
Think about the 2019 draft though, with quarterbacks.
Do you remember what
If,
analysts were
and
saying?
you got to think Kyler was supposed to go play baseball.
That's true.
Daniel Jones,
He should have.
rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins.
That wasn't a
Drew
draft
Lock.
class, was it?
2019, yeah.
Justin Herbert?
Herbert was
it
supposed to
a
come
year
out in
after.
2019.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
was
he
supposed
stayed
to.
an extra year. If he came out, he probably was going to go first or second
Yeah.
overall, depending on who needed a quarterback. Because I don't know if Arizona would have taken a quarterback if it wasn't Kyler Murray. Because the reason they hired Cliff, I think, was to go get Kyler.
Yeah, it was for Kyler.
Yeah.
100%.
PFF called him the next Mitch Trubisky. Like, people were saying that he
I
was
do
going to be
remember
trash.
that.
And the only reason that he ended up playing was because the doctor punched. He got Tyrod Taylor's
His
But-
lung. How do
yeah.
you do that?
But
I feel like
in
you gotta
other
stab
news,
somebody so far.
Chargers fans, I've been watching a lot of Chargers football for the last 6 to 7 years.
That's rough.
And Billy, eat a dick, please. It has not been the greatest time watching Chargers football. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but there's been one reoccurring thing that I'd like to talk about today.
Let's talk about it.
As a Chargers fan, I am disgusted it's been going on for so long. Tom Telesco How many years you guys think he's been the GM of the Chargers? How long?
He's been for about a decade, right?
Yep, this is his 10th year going in as GM.
So he got hired in 20.
I'm about to read you guys some stats on Mr. Coupon Tom, Thomas Telesco right now. I want to hear how you guys feel about it. So going into his 10th season, his record is 74-81.
Not great.
Yep. Playoff record, 2-2.
Not great.
The Chargers have never won the AFC West under Tom Telesco. Let's go over his free agent signings. His first major move was to sign Donald Butler, Jets legend, to a $51.8 million
His first
deal.
move as GM was to sign Lamar Odom.
That is iconic, bro. I don't care what anyone says. So he signed Donald Butler to a $51.8 million 7-year deal after it was 84 total tackles, 1 interception, 1 sack, and a fumble recovery. Kaiser White last year had 144 tackles, 1 sack, 2 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions, and they let him go to the Philadelphia Eagles for $5 million.
Coupon Tom.
Coupon Tom. Orlando Franklin. You guys know who that is?
That does sound familiar.
Is he offensive lineman?
Yes,
Yeah.
he was terrible. One of the worst signings
I
we
swear to
had.
God, your name's Orlando and you play football, you're on the offensive line.
You are.
Yeah.
That
You
is
know where else.
big facts, actually. Chris Harris Jr., the corpse of Chris Harris Jr., the corpse of Brian Bulaga. Yeah, Brian Bulaga played about 4
I
games.
really like that. I like that signing when it happened. Though.
like Brian
when
Bulaga?
Brian Bulaga went there, I was like, that's not a bad pickup.
He played about maybe 3 games in total. Travis Benjamin, I think it was 4 years, $24 million or something like that. He made 1 big catch in the Chiefs game. And his best signing to date is Casey Hayward. When it comes to the draft, his first round picks of all time, DJ Fluker was his first first round pick.
Who's DJ Fluker?
He's on the Giants. He's like a tackle. He sucks. Though.
Yeah, he's terrible. Jason Verrett, I feel bad for him. He was good
Yeah,
when
he's had bad. Yeah,
he's a bust, but if he stayed healthy, I think he'd be great.
he got hurt again this year too. Right?
did.
Yep. He just tore his Achilles, I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
Horrible injury.
Melvin Gordon,
Like the third
who
time.
just got cut today. Melvin Gordon did have his years. When
Hold
he
on,
was
quickly
all
with the
right.
Broncos, they cut him, and now Chase Edmonds is out for a few weeks.
Yep.
Imagine they signed him right.
What the fuck?
That'd be hilarious. All right. Joey Bosa, who was the safest pick in that draft. Mike Williams, who is good, but he gets hurt a little too much. But when he's on the field, he's a great player.
That was a first round pick.
Yep, that was
Yeah,
first round.
7th
They
overall.
chose him over Patrick Mahomes
Oh.
and Josh Allen.
Wow.
Yep.
L.
Derwin James, who fell to him, like
Josh was in that draft class.
yeah, everyone.
Massage Watson was.
Jerry Tillery, who was supposed to save the team, we just recently cut him.
Raiders legend now.
Justin Herbert was the last quarterback on their draft board, but they needed to take a quarterback, so they took Justin Herbert. Kenneth Murray, who's we kept instead of Kaiser White. He has like 60 tackles. He's not good. Not good at all.
Not great.
Slater fell to him, and Zion Johnson. And the
Last 2 picks are good.
yeah.
I mean, look, yeah,
So that's what saved him his job, I think, recently.
his last 3 first-round picks.
So there's a thing about Tom Telesco, and it's a thing that's been bothering me about the Chargers organization probably for the last, well, since he's been there, basically. So the thing about Tom Telesco, everyone that is named on that team, whoever he's drafted, he cannot hit in the 2nd or 3rd round. He usually doesn't get like much talent anywhere else. He drafts players based on character a lot of the times.
That isn't a bad process,
but he won't
you can't-
ever draft a person or pick up a person if he
Deebo
feels like they're a
Samuel's
risk to the team's character. So what he'll do is, like, Debo scored.
I'm sorry,
yes, sir.
Deebo's.
Yeah, Debo just
Yeah,
went
he's
off.
really good.
He will pick up a person who is a reach just because he really likes the
'Cause he
type of
likes his
person.
character. Okay, yeah, you can't do that.
And then he won't pick a person who is more dangerous, like not dangerous, well, maybe a little more dangerous, but not.
Okay,
like,
he doesn't like his character as much as this guy, but he is a much more talented player.
Yes, Odell Beckham Jr. should be in
God.
Yeah, well, he is really good. He should be first on the chart. The Chargers should be throwing him
to
as
Giants.
much money as possible right now. With Justin Herbert, with the injuries going on, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, I think it'll be a dynamic. The fact that they're not even in that conversation right now is like the scary. They haven't been in a conversation for any player at all. But the Chargers have no, like, the only time there was like a problem with the Chargers was Manti Te'o, which is
Yeah.
like the fake girlfriend thing, and like some things with our old safety, Eric Weddle, when
Yeah,
he like
Weddle.
left the team.
Yeah. How's the cap space for next season?
We got to pay Justin Herbert.
That's where I was getting, because the problem is
50
now
million a year.
is you can't spend money like that, because Justin Herbert's going to be in for a big payday essentially.
And
Usually after year 3 with quarterbacks who are proven, that's when it happens.
the big quotes on the team too, and that's another thing with Justin Herbert where I think they're failing Justin Herbert and they failed Phillip Rivers, is the whole adage of this whole entire year has been all in. The Chargers are going all in this year. We're going to do what we have to do to win. We haven't done this before. And I felt like, okay, they got Khalil Mack, who has 7 sacks. We let go of Uchenna Nwosu, who has more tackles and sacks than Khalil Mack right now. We gave up a second for that. That was a bad move. We got rid of Kaiser White. We got J.C. Jackson, which was a good signing, but there was people like Xavier Howard was on the block. There was people on the block they could have traded for. There was Akeem Hicks. They could have got defensive tackles.
A lot of money for JC too, and before he got hurt.
Yeah.
Now he's hurt, and before he got hurt, wasn't playing to the level of said money.
And then we moved most of our money to get depth guys for, like, we got all these people in the secondary. We got Bryce Callahan. We got Morgan Fox, who's D-tackle, but he's been playing a little bit. We got all these guys to get Brandon Staley the depth he needed, because last year it felt like Brandon Staley didn't have his guys, which moves me on to coaching. The Chargers have hired, since Tom Telesco's been there, Mike McCoy, first-time head coach, first year made the playoffs. After that, he finished with a 28-38 record. Anthony Lynn, great dude, a great leader of men, first-time head coach, made it to the playoffs in 2018, a great year. He ended up leaving, like, he was terrible with, like, late game situations. The Chargers have always been bad at.
He was pretty bad at that.
Yep, and then Brandon Staley, who's been on and off. They got him his guys, but the thing about Brandon Staley, the reason I want him fired right now,
I was gonna ask how you feel about him.
in terms of points per game, the Chargers are tied for second worst in the NFL. Who is the worst in the NFL right now? Points per game given up.
Points per game, probably Detroit.
Yes, the Detroit
Yeah,
Lions.
probably
Who
Detroit.
you guys just lost to. Yeah.
Wow. He set that up.
100%. I love that right
Yeah,
there.
cool dude.
We have a top 3. We have a bottom 3 run defense as well, and it's been the same for the last 2 years. He has not, as a defensive coach. He's salty. He crying over here.
So I get what you're saying. That's where the problem is, that this guy's a defensive coach,
and we got worse.
and
on
now
defense.
yes, okay.
Man.
That is very problematic, because that's where it looked like at one point with Salah at the first 3 weeks of the season. I know right now with the Jets, I'll get to that. But Salah, yeah, fuck off. The defense has improved drastically since last season with the Jets.
Yes.
And someone like Staley, who was a defensive-minded guy,
Had the number
is
one
all
defense.
analytically too.
Yes.
It's concerning that hasn't improved,
Yep.
because now that it's his guys in the building.
And then my final point is that Dean Spanos, the Spanos family, have been hiring. You know why they have Tom Telesco right now? You know why they have all these coaches right now? They are a cheap organization. They have been a cheap organization that will continue to hire people based on, okay, can this person save the most money? One thing Tom Telesco is great at, the Chargers had about, I think, less than $2 million, $3 million in dead cap over the last, 3-4 years. He saves money. He's not expensive. He's not going to get anyone that causes any issues, no fines, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't lead to winning. The one coach that we had that could win back in the day, I wasn't, conscious enough to know about football, but I've looked back, was Marty Schottenheimer. And because he wanted more control into the locker room and everything like that, they got rid of him. And they also moved away from San Diego with all the loyal fans, which I understand now. I'm from New York, so I don't I'm not into San Diego I guess atmosphere and everything
You're not in the
like
community
that.
there. You
Yeah.
don't. It
And
doesn't
now
hit
it's
you
tough
as much.
because when you guys have home games, it's actually like you're away.
Well, yes,
No
It's-
such thing as
we,
home
we
games.
don't
That's
have
just
a
facts,
which could have been avoidable if they were just a good team with competent people. And I don't think I think right now, if they do not clean house, find a person. I'm on the Sean Payton bandwagon now. Get a person who's been in there.
That would
could
be a
win a
good
championship.
pickup for you guys.
100%.
Great pickup.
But until then, the Chargers are dead to me. Not dead to me.
Whoa. What
No.
did you just say?
Right? With Tom Telesco as the GM, I don't know. They could. So if this team comes back 100% healthy, they can make the playoffs this year. But they're too inconsistent. If they win a championship, I'll be surprised. But this is an all-in season. They didn't say we're trying to just make the playoffs. They said we're going all in. We're going for the division. Tyreek Hill left the division. This was the year. They advertises to everyone. They didn't go out there and get Justin Herbert the weapons he needed. We don't have a receiver. They didn't do what they did for Tua. get him Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, offensive lineman, everything like that. They're
true.
not treating it the same exact way. So
the
I'm disappointed.
expectations this season was
A championship.
you're going to be a contender and you should be really competing for a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They fed into that.
You just want the Chargers to be a little bit more riskier.
Not that. I just want them to.
Competent.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
like they're not a good organization. Like it's like the Knicks.
Say the least.
Like James Dolan's at the head of the Knicks right now. No one's ever gonna take them seriously. The fucking Dean Spanos, he doesn't even pay. He didn't pay for the stadium. He basically like he's a dude that went to his boy and was like, "Yo, like, can I move in with you? And then I'll pay you rent, but I don't have a job right now." And like it's been like 2 years. He still don't got a damn job, bro. He don't pay no rent. Yeah, bro.
Well,
it's bad.
that brings me back to the point. Well, first of all, you were saying with cheapness, is Sean Payton really realistic?
No.
I think he would want to go there with Justin Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think that could be high on his list
You
because
guys
of
are gonna
Justin
get the
Herbert.
offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. Book it.
That
I'm pretty sure it's Anthony. No, it's not.
no,
He's-
it's not Anthony. He left.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
But that's what they're gonna get. Him or Mike Kafka. Just watch.
Maybe, but that's also because usually teams tend to go the exact opposite of what they had.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
We had Dable. We could have got Dable. We let Shane Steichen walk,
That
who's
sucks, doesn't
killing it on the
That
Eagles
hurts,
right
doesn't
now.
it?
yeah.
I guess so.
Well,
we have a
that's
better
also
quarterback.
that's also what I'll say. Is we were talking about it yesterday. Is Kansas City's in your division?
Mhm.
They look like they could be a dynasty.
Yes.
They already have a championship. I think they're
These
gonna.
fucking guys.
I think they're gonna win another one.
Most
this
likely.
year.
Me too. Sadly.
They
You,
should.
you said that you feel my pain because I'm a Jets fan. New England is in our division. They dominated for 20 years, won 6 Super Bowls.
Mhm.
They were so good, they created dysfunction in the division.
Yeah.
Every other team in that division, the Jets, Bills, and Dolphins, would go through regime, head coach, different GM, different everything. They would make changes left and right, draft quarterback after quarterback. That's where you have your guy. You have your quarterback. That's where it's different from those 3 teams. And you see it with the Raiders and Broncos that they're making head coaching changes, they're making GM changes, they're bringing in new guys, and it's not working.
Yeah.
It's dysfunctional. You don't want the Chargers to go down that same path, even though I do agree with you. You need to, the rest of the season, you need to see what Staley has.
Yes.
If you don't make the playoffs, you can really make the case of firing him.
100%.
And you just made the whole case with Tom Telesco of why he should be let go.
100%.
But what's
Yeah.
worrisome about that is the constant revolving door of dysfunction that could be created with the Chiefs just being in that division, and you're just going to keep chasing them and keep chasing them and keep chasing them.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole rest of the division, again, this division was supposed to be the best in football, and it's just not.
Yeah.
Every team is, besides the Chiefs, it's the team that's 500, and then teams that are below 500.
The crazy thing is the Chiefs traded Tyreek, they gained draft assets and remained the best team. Like this is the opening. Like this became an arms race this year because you
Yeah.
thought the Chiefs were gonna
Yeah.
be worse. Everyone
Yeah.
thought the Chiefs were gonna be worse without Tyreek Hill. I don't know a person who thought they were gonna get this much better, which they're beatable still. Like
No, they
yeah.
are beatable. I wouldn't even say they're better without
I wouldn't
Tyreek.
say
They're just
that.
still they're practically the same.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
comes down to you have Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid is still there.
Yeah.
And
As long as those two
Patrick
are there.
Mahomes and Andy Reid are there, they are
That's
going
all
to
it
be as
is.
dominant as they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really good situational football too.
They're
But-
phenomenal.
I'll chop that up.
Oh,
As a
you
Chargers
seen that
fan,
drive?
I'm hoping for change soon in the front office. All the players are fine. The players are great players. Some of the dudes he drafted, hopefully we can just get some. We can make some noise eventually, but it's not looking good this year. We can't beat that team.
You gotta get your players to get healthy too, man. Too.
The health is a problem too,
It's a
which
really-
I think
that's
might
a
end
really
up
big
buying. It
problem.
might end up buying that whole regime another year,
Which is terrible.
which
So-
it could very well happen. I've seen it happen even as a Jet fan.